Today we're talking about one of Florida's best kept secrets, Alligator Point. If you're looking for a quaint beach town with uncrowded beaches and a slow pace of life, then stay tuned while we dive into the unspoiled beauty and amazing wildlife this coastal paradise has to offer. I'm Shannon Barrett, and welcome to our channel, Fetch the Wave. Nestled along the Gulf of Mexico, Alligator Point is a true hidden treasure. We were lucky enough to spend a month here, and if you love the beach, you'll love this place as much as we do. Alligator Point has 8 miles of untouched coastline, along with world-class fishing and beautiful wildlife. It's a small community with about 700 homes, and approximately half of those are inhabited with full-time residents. So where is Alligator Point located? It's located in the panhandle of Florida, in an area called the Forgotten Coast. Now getting here can be a bit of an adventure, depending on where you're coming from. The closest airport is Tallahassee International Airport, but be prepared for a scenic drive to reach Alligator Point once you land. It's still a 45-minute drive to reach your destination, but the drive takes you through some beautiful areas of Florida. It's definitely worth the trip because you feel like you have the peninsula all to yourself once you arrive. Our favorite part of Alligator Point is definitely the beach. There are no crowds, and the sand is that powdery white that you imagine when you think of Florida beaches. The water is not the turquoise clear that you expect from the Gulf, but it's warm and great for swimming. The clarity of the water does depend on the amount of recent rainfall because it's closely intertwined with the bays. The waves are small, especially in the morning, so if you want to try out kayaking or paddleboarding, the water is great for that. And the best part, the beach is dog friendly. Dogs are allowed on the beach anytime, but are supposed to be on a leash. When we were there, we often had so much space, we were able to let our dog Griffin off leash. But be advised that this is not in keeping with the official rules. There is seaweed on the beach, but no trash, and all other beachgoers were very friendly and responsible. If you're looking for a friendly beach town, this is it. If you choose to drive to the beach, there are 4 public beach entrances with parking. Each only has enough space for a couple of cars, so I'd advise to get there early on the weekends. One entrance is at the intersection of Alligator Drive and Chip Morrison Drive. Another can be found at the intersection of Alligator Drive and Carnival Lane. All of the beach entrances are similar, with a sandy entrance leading over the dunes to the beach. Before heading to any of Florida's beaches, you can check the water quality online at floridahealth.gov. In addition to the beaches, Alligator Point is also great for anyone that loves wildlife. Since the peninsula is so quiet, you are more likely to hear birds than cars. On our first day, we had a white squirrel on our porch. We saw several more of them during the month we were there. Bears are also present on Alligator Point. Although we never saw one, all of the trash cans have bear locks to prevent wildlife from going through your trash. There's also tons of bird watching opportunities as well. We also never saw an alligator, but they do live there. However, that's not how this town got its name. It's believed that the peninsula got its name because it's shaped like an alligator, not because there's lots of alligators living here. You can't talk about Alligator Point without talking about its beautiful state park, Bald Point State Park. This park has over 4,000 acres of land for you to explore. We visited on a Friday and only saw 2 other cars in the parking lot. There is a beach and several hiking trails. We have a blog page dedicated to it, so check out fetchthewave.com for more information. After a day in the park, you can head over to the marina. It's located at the end of the peninsula. Here you can catch charter boats for a day of fishing. They also have a small store for snacks and ice. So if you've decided that you want to pay a visit to this quaint beach town, you need to know about accommodations. You won't find any hotels on Alligator Point. There's only vacation rentals. However, you have lots of options for homes to rent. We rented a vacation home that was dog friendly and we could walk to the beach. I have a few VRBOs linked below that are pet friendly and oceanfront. Once you find a place to stay, you'll want to know where to eat. Deciding on where to eat in Alligator Point is really easy since there's only one option, the Tiki Hut at the marina. It's normally open Thursday through Sunday. They're very good about communicating their hours on Facebook, so if you have any questions during your stay, check their Facebook page for recent posts. There was a storm while we were there, which caused them to close, and that closure was posted on their Facebook page. The Tiki Hut's a great place for views and drinks. The food comes from an attached food truck serving traditional bar food. It's definitely worth a stop during your stay. If you're enjoying this video, consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell. That way you'll know when there's another adventure waiting for you. If you're looking for more restaurant options during your stay, then you can head over to the town of Panacea, which is just a short drive away. If you're like us and you prefer to cook, you're also in luck. There's an abundance of fresh seafood, and you can purchase it at local seafood markets in Panacea. One of our favorite seafood markets was Mineral Springs Seafood. They're famous for their great selection of fish dips. They smoke their own fish on site to make these dips. My husband's favorite was the hot mess. However, their fish is very fresh and it sells out quickly, so it's always a good idea to call and see what they have that day before heading over. For groceries, you'll need to drive to Crawfordville, which is about 30 minutes away. There you'll find a Publix and a Walmart market. We did all of our grocery shopping here. After you finish with your fresh seafood dinner, make sure to take a sunset walk on the beach. It was our nightly ritual. Alligator Point has some of the most beautiful sunsets we've seen in Florida. We love the month we spent here, and we definitely recommend coming to Alligator Point for those travelers looking for a quiet beach town that's all about relaxation and spending time with your family. So when's the best time to visit? We thought June was perfect. It was warm enough to swim in the ocean, but we felt as if we had the peninsula all to ourselves. Fall and winter tend to be a little busier, with snowbirds trying to escape colder climates. Also remember, hurricane season is June to November. However, we would go back anytime. It's just such a beautiful place. Let us know your favorite beach town in the comments. We are always looking for our next coastal town to explore. Thank you so much for watching, and until our next adventure, take care.